I have never seen this occurring naturally before in my life. Is this more common than I think it is? Whoa. It might be, but that's like really high detail. You have yourself a very high resolution window. Hello out there, EmKay. I've never figured out if we should give, like, the fan base of EmKay a nickname. I don't think we should. I just, none of it really works. Anyway, I've been given something I haven't seen before, at least not to my recollection. Again, in like a month, I'll have been here 5 years, all right? At a certain point, I'm bound to start forgetting some stuff. But now, I get to look at Never Tell Me the Odds, which I have no guesses about. I've got nothing. So, without any further ado, I guess I'll shut up. And by shut up, I mean stop rambling. I obviously can't shut up completely because my job is to do just the opposite. The score is 69-69 with 69 seconds, and the white jerseys add up to, you guessed it, 69. All right, well, let's see if this is true, because no way. Okay then, let's see. Yep, 69-69, fair. With 69 seconds left, holy crap, and the jerseys add up to, okay. All right, I mean, I will admit, I can barely see most of this because you could tell the fella who was watching absolutely lost his mind and had to grab his phone or grab a camera as fast as he humanly could. All right, moments like this do not happen very often, and for a reason. What are the actual odds? I know that this is Never Tell Me the Odds, but in this particular case, what could theoretically the odds of this be? Car found after an Amber Alert near me. Okay. Child Amber Alert. White Nissan Sentra. Iowa license EYB 982. Okay. There's no way. There's a police officer in... Wait, hold on. Are they driving in front of you? I guess I'm a little bit confused about this particular photo. Amazing you got the sign in there. That is amazing. But there's a police officer up front with his lights on. No one looks to be in the Nissan Sentra. You're behind them. Are you like, I don't know. I mean, I know that's not the point. I know that's kind of what I do, but really, what the hell's happening here? What led up to this particular situation that you are now in? I'm quite curious. If you could illuminate me in any way, shape, or form, that'd be great. This apartment building in Shanghai fell over and remained mostly intact. All right, so I'm guessing that this building is somehow intact because it's shorter. Maybe it's only a few stories tall, maybe 4 maximum or something like that. But knowing that guess, it's probably going to be a 35-story building or something crazy like that. And it's just a modern feat of engineering. Or rather, sorry, a feat of modern engineering. That sounds a little bit more better. That flows a little bit better off the tongue. All right, you know what? I'll meet them in the middle. I'll do that here. Let's zoom in a little bit on this image. I need a clearer picture of what is apparently the best made building ever. I mean, I guess despite the fact that it fell down, I'm not sure what that says about the building, but the fact that it fell down and it's looking this good, kind of crazy. Not to say that it could be put back up and safely lived in again or anything like that. Oh, no, but I want to know the stories behind basically everything we see. All right, EmPower delivered by Craighead Electric? Craighead Electric? Okay. No gunshots this time. An arrow has damaged our fiber in South Jonesboro. Or Jonesboro? Whatever. We feel as though this is a 1 in a million occurrence based on the direction of the arrow, but still wanted to post a PSA to watch for utility lines. What a shot. 1 in a million doesn't feel correct. This sort of situation feels like, and maybe not as dramatic, it's just the comparison that jumped into my mind, hitting a bullet with another bullet, right? It sort of feels like that. It doesn't feel like hitting a bullet with another bullet while you're blindfolded and both shooters are riding on horses, but still, it's impressive nonetheless, and 1 in a million doesn't quite cut it in my mind. Lady throws a ball, lands it in the throwing machine, and catches it when thrown back to her. All right, let's see. Go for it. Nice. Oh my God. Okay, that catch was the most impressive part about it for sure. It was like she was half thinking that what happened indeed happened. She was about half prepared, but nonetheless, her intuition and muscle memory kicked in, and damn, that's impressive. That's just amazing right there. I feel like we could all aspire to be this talented, now couldn't we? I wouldn't have believed it. Let's see. Oh no, what's this? Okay, no freaking way. This sort of stuff is beyond odds. Okay? It's beyond our mere mortal comprehension. How in the does something like that happen? I wish the video were higher resolution. I wish it wasn't a phone recording of the screen here. It kind of degrades what should be considered a modern miracle, in my particular opinion. Actually amazing. I don't think this kid is ever going to hit a high better than this in his entire life. He could be a billionaire a few years from now and still talk about this exact moment as though it were the greatest moment in his life. He could have, many, many years down the line, a family, a wife, be super successful, all of these things, not even just monetarily, just in general. And this is going to be the highlight. I fear that this is where he peaked, and it sucks. Although, I guess, he's never going to have to worry about people not believing him. We do have a mostly high-resolution enough video to see that he's telling the truth. Although, yeah, I wouldn't have believed this either. No way, no how. When your boss has been working there forever? Oh, okay. Wait, is this Jimmy John's? It totally is. Okay. I know a few people who've been working there forever. All right, let's see. Oh, no, dude, don't. Hold on. What's he gonna do? Oh, I don't know why. Okay, sorry. My thought process was moving a little bit too fast. I'm not super used to seeing videos pop up here on EmKay. It's quite rare. My apologies. I don't think it's that he's been working there forever. I think it's that he's just got good luck or great skill. I'm a wood turner. I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting. And found a lovely bowl in a vintage store, made by the guy who inspired me as a kid. On closer inspection, I felt that the bowl was very familiar, so I flipped through the very book that inspired me 31 years ago, and there it was. What is a wood... You know what? Sorry, before I move on, hold on. Wood turner. Okay, so that looks like a tool? Like some kind of a lathe? Okay, and wow, that's not the bowl I was expecting. Seriously, not what I was expecting to see. When I thought bowl, I don't know why, I think it's just my fat ass immediately goes to a bowl for my cereal. Not a cool decorative bowl that looks incredibly well made and will probably serve you in regards to, I don't know, a place to put your keys or something like that when you come home for the day, you know? You know? Sorry, it is cool, and that actually is an incredible scenario. That's another one of those things I wouldn't have believed if I was in in your exact shoes. I just wouldn't have. I would have been stunned, and I'm sure you were too, my friend. Neighbor brings owner identical cat. My cat went missing for 2 days. So I put an advert on Facebook. Literally 5 minutes after, my cat comes to the door. 30 minutes later, my neighbor comes and drops off what he thought was my cat. Now I have 2 identical cats. Okay, so let me explain what happened in this particular scenario. Your cat went out, which, not my thing these days. Your cat went out and about, did stumble across some kind of quantum field. Maybe they accidentally found their way to the quantum moon from Outer Wilds, whatever. And while there, some kind of timeline split happened. Another one came out. It may have broken the fabric of space-time a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Just something quantum happened. Does that word mean nothing to you yet? Because it means nothing to me. I'm sorry. I'm still saying it all the time after that damn game, and it means less and less by the minute. So, you know what? Thank the universe for this happy little incident, okay? Because now you got 2 kitties. And I gotta say, 2 kitties is better than 1, or are better than 1, excuse me. Proper grammar here. Eagles player claps at the perfect time in order to accidentally catch the ball. I can see this in my head. Let me see if I'm correct. Let's see if I'm correct. Okay. I'm sorry, if it was supposed to be it's just holding still for me. This is actually really funny. Hold on. Wait, is the GIF broken? It's broken. Oh my god. What are the odds of that? Actually, the odds are quite high that the frickin' GIF would stop working. I genuinely don't know how to react to it, mainly because I can't see it. I see a still image, and it's actually quite hilarious, if I'm being honest. I love it. Great. The odds of this one, 1 in a trillion, if you ask me. Putting some cheese on my burger. All right, well, that instills plenty of confidence. Okay. Oh, gosh, there's a lot of videos here. Wait a minute. How high up are you? Honestly? Wow. You're not super high up, but it's more than high enough to be incredibly impressive that didn't bounce off and land on the ground. You know what? Let's rewind that just a little bit. Okay, yeah. Dang, you spun it right. It didn't even land directly on at first, or doesn't look like it did. What the hell kind of sorcery is this, dude? Bravo. You know what? If I were you, I would start learning disc golf as soon as I could. Like competitive disc golf. You might have a future in this that could take you places, man. So why don't you give it a go? Look, you could fling the cheese. Why can't you fling the disc? In 1981, a pediatrician saved the life of a 3.2-pound premature baby boy by working around the clock and beating the odds to stabilize it. In 2011, the same pediatrician was pinned inside of a burning vehicle after a car collision, but was saved by a paramedic who turned out to be the premature baby he saved 30 years earlier. Now, this one is incredible. This is fantastic, and every bit of me wants to believe it. The cynic in me, however, whenever I see an image like this, sure, I could go on a big journey right now while we're all hanging out and do my best to verify it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'll think about that at a later date. Happy 4-year anniversary to when I flew to Edinburgh to surprise Finley, and he flew to Paris to surprise me, and this is why we don't do surprises anymore. All right, let's see. Hi, Adam. Do you know if Finley's in the flat by any chance? I'm back a day early and wanting to surprise him. Well, he just flew to Paris, like, to do the same thing. Like, literally. No, he didn't. Only Finn. Yeah, he did. No, you're kidding. Please. Please tell me you're not in Paris. Come back. I'm here. Here is in Edinburgh, not Paris. I'm sorry. I was trying to be cute. Come back now. Wow. I'm in Paris. I know. Come back. I just landed. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. Look, to speak nothing of the money wasted, even if the story is funny and cute, can you imagine landing all the way across the world? Like, okay, not across the world. It's not that far. Was Edinburgh to Paris? That's not as far as I'm thinking. In Palermo, a citizen went to the police station to return a credit card found on the street. Within minutes, the policemen were able to trace the identity of the cardholder, Harrison Ford. Oh man, please tell me there's a picture. There is. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so funny. Can you imagine that, though? Accidentally finding a credit card on the ground, doing the right thing, bringing it to the right people. Cool. But before that, you read the name on the card and you're like, okay, would you guys think it's fake? If you picked up a credit card on the ground and it said Harrison Ford, would you be like, bullshit, and just throw it away because you think it's some kind of weird prank? Or would you take it all the way like you're supposed to? Seriously, I can't get over that. Within minutes, they were able to figure out that Harrison Ford's card would have his name on it. I know they meant find him, but nonetheless, it was just funny. Twins married twins to give birth to another set of twins? Okay, this is confusing. How the hell does something like this happen, man? Some of these are impressive, some of these are freaky and miracle-esque, and some genuinely just, man, I need the numbers. I need the numbers. I mean, what are the chances of having a set of identical twins anyway? First of all, let's see that. Okay, so the chances of having identical twins are relatively rare, occurring in about 3 to 4 out of every 1,000 births. Now, of course, we'll have to take that number with a grain of sand. A grain of sand? What the f does that mean? What did I just say? We'll have to take that number with a grain of salt, or because I'm saying it, especially after what I just did, we'll take it with a rock salt lamp, actually, because it is the stupid AI overview that lies and even says right there it's experimental. But let's take that number. Everyone has the same chance of having identical twins, about 1 in 250. Okay, gotcha, I guess. So that's a different number entirely, I suppose. Now, I'm not sure how to scale this. How do you scale it? Does an identical twin have a higher chance of having identical twins, especially if they marry and have kids with someone else who was an identical twin? I know I'm looking too deep into this one, but what do you want from me, man? Evergreen truck getting stuck in a highway in China in the same way as it happened for the ship in the Suez Canal. No way, that's awesome. Also, I don't know why I thought, so it's Evergreen, the company, but the name of the ship was the Evergiven, right? Is that correct? You know what? Whatever. Did the truck actually get stuck? Or like it was trying to turn and then actually just got lodged there? Or was there an accident and it's just a funny coincidence with how it's placed here in the image? What exactly was it that truly happened? Don't lie now. Don't lie to me, because if you do, I'll know. And I don't like it when I know when someone's lying to me. We were seconds away from losing our home to the California fire. Thank you to all of the firefighters that saved our community. This feels weird here. This particular post, I mean, I haven't looked at the image yet, but this feels kind of strange being in Never Tell Me the Odds. I don't know why, it just kind of does. But never mind. Looking at the following image, no, that's insane. Also, wow, it feels almost like it was very selective. Like if you look at the greenery around it and how relatively unscathed that side of the valley is, it's actually kind of crazy. It looks like it was creeping up at you specifically. But anyway, we could certainly all agree on one thing, and that one thing is that firefighters do not get paid enough. They never do. It's insane. Out here in Colorado, a little over a decade ago, before I moved here, there was a huge fire, like a big one. And before that, people were complaining about firefighters getting raises and getting paid too much. And I tell you, no one said a word after that fire was maintained and put out, okay? I say maintained, that's probably not the right word. It was contained, that's the word. Anyway, they deserve a lot. They really do. I can't even imagine how tough that job can be, especially in a place like Southern California, where it feels like a giant wildfire destroys stuff on a monthly basis. Lightning strikes a firework. Well, let's see. All right. Oh, no way. No, hold on a minute. Hang on. That was too perfect. Wow. Holy. That's amazing. It doesn't look like it made contact, but I feel like it did anyway. I'm sorry. I know that I was whining about the accuracy of something earlier, but I choose to believe that God herself smote this firework. That's not, is it smited? Smooted? Whatever. It's just cool, okay? Sue me. The cat knocked my daughter's fishbowl off the dresser. All right. Yeah, that's kind of insane. For some strange reason, I do feel like it's not as insane as it should be. I mean, that seal, you know what? I just don't have much to say. It's cool. Maybe I should shut my big old stupid mouth and just say, wow, that's pretty cool. Because it is, man. What the hell? I really hope that you were able to safely get the fish turned right side up, though, and no harm came to the fish, because that would suck. After something like this, the fish making it out alive would be nice. Also, please get an actual aquarium for your fish, not a tiny bowl. I mean, think about that for a minute. Just think about how shitty that is. Now I'm on a completely different thing. Don't put your fish in what equates to your, imagine being locked in your bedroom forever. Just imagine that, right? So just, I don't know, be a little cooler. This should be a lesson. Get rid of the stupid bowl, put something up there that the cat can't f with, and gives the fish a little bit more room. A 9,000-year-old skeleton was recently found inside a cave in Cheddar, England, and was nicknamed Cheddar Man. His DNA was tested, and it was discovered that a living relative was teaching history about a half a mile away, tracing back nearly 300 generations. Good Lord. See, okay, this one at least has a place you can look at, The Odd Historian, right? Because we can easily Google Cheddar Man. Aha! Cheddar Man is a human male skeleton found in, is it Goff's Cave in England? The skeletal remains date to around the mid to late 9th millennium BC. Holy crap. It appears that he died a violent death. Oh, okay. Anyway, wow, there's controversy surrounding him. Sorry, you guys can't even see what it is I am looking at. Let's see, there you go. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty tight, dude. This hair caught on Google Street? On Google Street? Oh my God, he is taking off. That is not a normal jump. That motherfucker is going to the stratosphere. Oh, man. Okay, I've always wondered something. So, whether it's one of the people on foot or in the car, if you, I don't know if we have any viewers that have ever done this or just know, but as a streetcar driver or one of the footpath walkers that have the camera setups, are you having to manually take photos every so-and-so feet or whatever? How does that work? In the car, I'm assuming it's an automatic process? I don't know I just don't know how it works. But I am very curious to find out, because was this a manual photograph, a manual moment in time? Or did the camera system go off on its own for some reason? What happened here? Because it's kind of awesome. One man's best friend. When Don Carcos fought in World War II, he was hit with shrapnel and blinded in his right eye. While working in a barn 64 years later, a horse head butted him in the same spot, threw him against the wall, and his vision was suddenly restored. Well, that's kind of incredible. This horse is now his best friend forever, even though the horse probably still doesn't like the guy very much now, does he? This guy. This one does have video proof, which is amazing. In 1999, an Australian named Bill Morgan was declared dead for 14 minutes from a heart attack. Later, he was revived and lived unscathed. To celebrate his survival, he bought a scratch card and won $27,000, or rather, won a $27,000 car. The news team asked him to reenact the scratch card moment, so he bought another card and won the $250,000 jackpot. Yeah, the guy died at the wrong time, so I guess both God and death were like, dude, we'll give you a solid. Here's a new car. Here's a new start in life. That's our bad, dude. This is how newspapers were stacked up at my job. Okay. This is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. It feels like whoever did the layout of the paper, they wanted to make sure you knew it wasn't a coincidence. Pigeon poops portrait of itself on a leaf. You know what? That's actually more accurate than I ever thought it could be. You're right. You're damn right. That's exactly what happened here. In 1990, a panel of the windscreen on British Airways Flight 5390 fell out at 17,000 feet, causing the cockpit to decompress and its captain to be sucked halfway out of the aircraft. The crew held onto him for more than 20 minutes as the co-pilot made an emergent. Really couldn't keep the words emergency landing in the screenshot? Yeah, insane. I do wonder if the pictures are real. Like, how the hell you get that bottom photo? Sorry. How the hell did you get that? Plus, the photo up top, I mean, did they actually say, hey, someone should come in here and take a goddamn photograph of this? This is insane. I do not know, though, if you could hold that guy back just yourself. I don't know. Two nurses hired within months of each other worked the same shift on the same floor at the same Florida hospital, discovered that they were long-lost sisters from Korea who had been separated for nearly 40 years. I wonder what led them to this discovery. What caused them both to go, do you think we're sisters? Wait, do I know you? Got a new car last week. Neighbor meant to reverse, but was in the wrong gear. Holy crap. I'll say the wrong gear. That's putting it lightly, dude. Wow. Holy crap. Woo! Yeah, don't tell me the odds on that one. Although I will tell you this, after this event, go out and get yourself a lottery ticket. The universe is smiling on you right now. Snorkeler finds lost wedding ring wrapped around a mullet fish off of Norfolk Island. Wrapped it? Oh my God. Which one of you proposed to a goddamn fish? Soldier survives after 15,000-foot fall as parachute fails to open correctly in the U.S. Holy shit. What kind of injuries did he get? I mean, he doesn't look like he's in several pieces on the floor there. Survived does not mean thrived after all, but he's looking pretty okay, all things considered. Like father, like son, all right? Aw, perfectly in sync, too. Stephen Hawking has died on Albert Einstein's birthday. I don't know why this particular title came out of nowhere. Like, yeah, Stephen Hawking died a while ago, but it feels like you just learned this. Like, it feels like the news just broke to you. Styrofoam box jumped back into the van twice. What the hell, huh? Okay, well, let's see. I don't know what the hell just happened. What? Oh, come on. Is it gonna stay in there? That's pretty sick. And I took that personally. Tsutomu Yamaguchi. I did Tsutomu, not Tsutomi. I don't know why I read that different. Anyway, whatever. Probably. In 1945, a man survived the atomic blast at Hiroshima, dragged himself to an air raid shelter, spent the night, caught the morning train so he could arrive at his job on time in Nagasaki, where he survived another atomic blast. This is another one of those image with text things that I'm sure I could verify. The other one was easier because they, did the nickname thing. You know what? Hang on. Let me go back. Let me just go back very briefly here, and I'll check. I want to be more consistent. Well, there you go. That little bit of fact checking is perfect. Damn, he died in 2010. He died in 2010, guys. He was 93. He lived to be 93 after surviving both atomic blasts during World War II. Good God. It's not every day you witness Tom Cruise on top of a moving train in rural Norway. It may not be every day, but it's still crazy to see. Damn, that train is booking it, though. Man, I kind of figured that if you were going to be filming like this, that the train would at the very, very least be going a little slower. It looks like it's going like 40, 50 miles an hour. I feel like on camera you could get away with 15 or 20 miles an hour, right? Jim Lewis and Jim Springer. Meet the Jim twins, who are identical twins. They were separated at birth and adopted by different families. They both got married and divorced to a woman named Linda, remarried a woman named Betty, and each had dogs named Toy. That's weird. They both named their son James Allen and were reunited at the age of 39. I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't look identical at all to me. They look really similar. They're like 95% similar, but I'm not seeing identical. However, if all of those things are indeed matching up, that's weird. They should not have named their dogs Toy, though. That's odd. The same injured whale photographed 35 years apart at the coast of Mexico. 1985, and oh my god. All right, look at you go. That's kind of insane. Almost 40 years later,